really, I haven't been as perky as I usually am, just because I bumped my foot. I bumped it really hard. Because I know some people sleep in complete darkness, but I just don't usually. And I thought, bad choice. It was after I did this big cooking, like, type thing Monday night. I just thought, going to bed a bit late, per usual, because I know I've been thinking about this for a while. Like, I know I'm the kind of person that feels like I can get by on not much sleep, but I've kind of been rethinking this recently. Because I know ideally it would be better to sleep better. And honestly, the more I think about it, you just feel better when you sleep more, to be honest. I don't think just because you can function on a minimal amount of sleep doesn't mean you should function, in my opinion. So I thought, what a great idea to try sleeping in total darkness. But I should have turned on my phone light or something, because I tripped over my vacuum cleaner and I bunged my foot pretty hard, but I was really tired, so I just went to bed and I didn't think much of it. And I woke up, I think sometime in the night, and I was realizing, my foot kind of hurts. And I'm like, why does my foot hurt? And then I remembered I had banged my foot pretty hard on the vacuum cleaner. At first I thought, oh, it must be a box, but then I thought about it, I'm like, no, there's no box there. That was a vacuum cleaner. So now I'm soaking my foot the last couple of weeks, just trying to get it back to being a little bit better, a little bit healthier. Oh my gosh. This stuff is really... I feel like this stuff is all expired. I don't know. But it's okay, I guess. Okay. So I'm just trying to get my body back into being like healthy. Because I mean, just not have foot pain. But like I'm getting cravings to try different random things because I don't feel like cooking. And I'm like, I should try potato chip mashed potatoes. And I'm like, I don't know what made me want to try this, but I sort of want to try it on my other channel just because sometimes I get ideas in my head. And I don't think anybody's ever done a live stream where they've done that before. Might be fun. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, why not? We'll see if I do it. No makeup, it's just lip gloss. And it's not early morning. It's Sunday night. Not Saturday night. It's Sunday night. It's not early morning. Well, maybe in some parts of the world, but not for me. Just putting on some lip gloss. It's not really makeup. Like, that is not a full face of makeup. I don't know. I just wanted to put something on my lips to kind of moisturize them, really. That's it. There's nothing under my eyes. Doesn't make any sense. Nope. I have nothing under my eyes. See, I just delete the bad stuff. Stuff that's not real. Stuff that's like weird. If you can't be normal on a live stream, I have to delete you up and delete you off. Sorry. Poor friend. Poor pup. We don't do that around here. I don't know what's going on. I just deleted you off because it doesn't even make any sense. Bye! Like, we don't care. And I'm not even going to say anymore why. Deleted. Deleted. Be normal, be healthy, be good. Or go do something else. Maybe you should be worried about writing erroneous information on a chat. Oh, that might be good. Well, it doesn't even make sense. I don't have anything under my eyes, okay? And your insecurity is not my insecurity. So something that bothers you doesn't bother me. Okay? That's all. And if you were truly upset or worried about something, you'd go to your doctor and talk to them about it. If you personally have a problem that's bothering you, you'd go talk to them. That's all I know. I'm not rude and I'm not defensive. I'm kind and I just don't put up with things that make no sense. Not insecure, not defensive. I just don't do it. So I have a comment policy on my channel. You can talk about yourself, but I mean, I love the way my face looks. It's so beautiful. That's all I know. I don't know about what other people want out of their life, but I do know I'm not interested. Oh, I love vegetables. Okay, you're a Taurus. Favorite vegetables? I like potatoes, corn, onions, sweet peas, bell pepper, jalapeno peppers. I love peppers, although technically are those a fruit? They might technically be a fruit, you know? I mean, I don't even know what some people are writing in the chat, but okay. Paul, you're just being disrespectful. I don't even care. Like I said, just go do something else. I like my channel and I love having a channel. And I can't help but think maybe you're somebody else that got deleted off the channel a week and a half ago. Because I said you crossed the line like 5 times and you keep doing it. So make that make sense. Anyway, we don't care. I have a channel because I love it and we dress up because this is how we dress for fun. If we don't want to be... Anyway, we're done. We're just... It doesn't even make any sense. Like if... Here's the thing I'm going to tell you. If somebody were truly worried about something for themselves, like they would just go look into something for themselves. Like if somebody was truly upset about something. Okay, I pray for you. My hair is pretty long. Let's see. Alright, so what can I tell you about this? I don't know what I can tell you about people and their... I've been getting some weird comments though sometimes, like, once again, anybody can have a channel. This is how it works in 2024. People go online, they have a channel. I've had a YouTube channel for a long time, but also I have a certain kind of channel where I love to talk about things in a healthy, happy way. And if I find that you're crossing the line right away, I don't need to talk to you about something. So I guess that's it. I'm just gonna hide you from the channel. I care about a lot of people, but not people that are bad, you know? There are good people on this channel, but that person, I'm just gonna let them go because that's not somebody that's in my channel for a good reason. They just couldn't let go. Like I said, you're crossing lines. My thought is, if there's something bothering you about yourself, you'd go talk to a doctor about it. You wouldn't be in my live asking me like, oh, I have the same thing as you, which I don't. And then escalating belligerent. I do find that funny though, every time. Every single time you're like, okay, this is weird. And then you put someone in check and they're like, oh, no, it's not. And then you see what their true color is, because right away they pretend like they're into you and your channel. But yeah, whatever. Remember, we're not supposed to like call out the bad behavior on here. I just don't care about bad behavior. If you want to be bad, you can do it any place and any time. Just, it's not for me, you know? Well, the thing is, it didn't even make any sense. Like, that person was just on here because they wanted... It wasn't even a question. It didn't even make any sense. Like, they just have something that they want to share, you know? But not in a good way. Well, the thing, Kate, is I just don't even care because, well, I mean, I do care just because I think it should be appropriate, but I do believe, and from what I've seen, that there are some people, they're like going, like, I think they're just waiting till anybody goes live to like post like kind of negative stuff or just something that really like, oh, like, because here's the thing, it didn't even make any sense. Like, if somebody truly was upset about something in their own life, wouldn't they go to a doctor to get treatment for it? Like, if they truly, like, and then saying, we're not supposed to acknowledge that. Anyway, whatever. We should just laugh at it. We should just be like, okay. Like, they want us to delete them, okay? So we'll just delete them. If your comment gets deleted or you get like bounced off the channel, that's the reason. Because that's what you wanted, I think. I think that was your end game. But I also have said everybody's allowed to have a YouTube channel. Anybody that wants a YouTube channel can have one. I know there's some people that want to gatekeep you or make you feel like, oh, you shouldn't. But that's not me. Anyway, we're done with their little shenanigans. Who knows? They'll come back as somebody else another day. As another character. Yeah, they probably do, but I've been seeing an uptick of it because I've gone live for years on this channel. Like, honestly, like if you go back, I've gone live for many, many years, but I think because now lives are being pushed out to a different feed of people, like, it's interesting. Like, I've been noticing, like, it's going up more because I guess, like, YouTube's trying to compete with TikTok. So they're pushing their lives to like a larger audience, like into the shorts feed, I believe. Which is fine. Like I kind of think that's cool, but I have noticed that there's a different kind of type of commentary that just doesn't really jive with me and my channel. You know, it's not, but I agree with you, Kate. I don't really see the point of why they do that, except maybe they're just bored. And actually it's kind of funny too because I'm like, what, like, did I don't know that, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to talk, somebody asked me what kind of vegetables I like a lot of different kinds of vegetables. I think I like every vegetable, except I don't really love, but this is a legume, lima beans. Although I've been trying to be more open-minded about lima beans in the last year or so. I just don't love lima beans, you know. They're just not my favorite. But I'm trying to be more open to them. Not as, like, I didn't like lima beans when I was younger because of the texture. It was more of a textural thing. I like mushrooms, onions. I love bell pepper. I think it's my favorite. Tomatoes are really good, but maybe I'm a little bit of a tomato snob because I've grown my little container garden, like where I live. It doesn't get enough sunlight, but in my mom's garden, like, she grows really amazing homegrown tomatoes, and there's just nothing that you can purchase in the grocery store. Like, none of the tomatoes are ever that good. They're just not as good. And I was getting ready to tell a story about how I tripped over my vacuum before all that happened. And I've been in pain, but I don't think my foot is broken because I can still walk on it. But I'm like, geez Louise, you know, just always be careful, guys. Like, you don't want to injure your foot. You know, I try to be careful, but I really wasn't the other night when I was walking in the dark, obviously. But I think it's good to have a little bit of light at night. I know some people like to sleep in total pitch black darkness, but that confirms why I don't like it, okay? And you know, some people are like, they can't see, so they have to learn how to get around their environment. So I have a lot of respect for people who can, because yeah, that's not good. You need to be very careful. Look where you're going and not be distracted. And that's another reason I try to, like, if I do text on my phone, I try to be more minimal about it and not do it when I'm out and about, and just look up and be very aware of my surroundings so I don't, like, trip on a sidewalk or fall somewhere, you know? You want to be very careful when you're out and about. And I know people are like, oh, but that doesn't happen too often. I've been seeing more people fall all the time down steps. because they were looking at their phone or something. And some people are like, but that just happens to old people. I saw it happen the other day to a younger person because he was looking at his phone and he fell down a step. And it's just really scary. Like, just be very aware of your surroundings. Like, you don't need to, like, always be engaged with the phone when you're out and about. Like, or even if you're in your house, just be careful, you know? I'm all about being careful. You're not going to find me doing, like, cliff jumping and stuff like that. I love to walk and walk long distances, but I'm really going to take it easy for a couple weeks because I don't think I've, like, done any permanent damage to my foot, but I'm a little concerned that it's still so painful, and I've been soaking it in Epsom salt. And some people might be like, oh, you need to go to the ER right away and get it, like, checked out. Well, guess what? Southern California healthcare. If you have a primary care physician, yes, good, but do you get an appointment right away? Not really. And then with my kind of insurance, we get into the realm of urgent care. And I found out there's only 4 of them that are covered on my insurance plan. And the one that I thought was right next to me here in Loma Linda, not even covered. So, and I wouldn't recommend anybody go to the Loma Linda ER unless you want to sit there for 18 hours. Like, personally, I'm not going to do that. So, if it's still hurting next week, I'll just make a doctor's appointment. But I'm not going to go to urgent care because it won't be covered anyway. And I'm definitely not going to... I mean, there is one ER I believe I could go to if it gets really bad or something. But right now, it seems okay. I just hate that my foot's in pain, you know? Oh, I love zucchini and tomatoes. Definitely. Because I was looking earlier in the chat and I just wish I could see where people were talking about it. Wash my hair tomorrow is what I was saying. I kind of just wanted to comb it out a bit. I mean, just be careful if you're out and you're looking at your phone. Like, I personally think just stop. I know that's not popular because we live in like this fast-paced culture, but you can literally just stop what you're doing and like text somebody and then put your phone away. Like, I think that's safer, but that's just what I've been trying to do. Or if you are walking, like, you could call somebody and just talk. Like, that's just, for me, I feel a little bit safer than like looking down at the phone. Plus, it's a little bit more efficient too to just call someone. And I guess I'm just falling out of like liking texting. Like, I feel like it used to kind of be fun when it was more of a novelty, and when people first started like texting, it was kind of fun. But these days, I don't like it that much, because I feel like anything that you have to say to someone, you can pretty much say to them more efficiently just talking to them, unless like it's late at night or something. Texting can be nice, and I do like texting occasionally, but I'm just not a super fan of it, because I just feel like we can just say like whatever we have to say. We can say it a little bit more quickly, or if there's something that you need to say more in depth to someone, you can write an email. Like, you can just type up an email on a keyboard of a computer. Or some people do talking type text, but I don't do that. Like, I actually still type out every word, and I still do that old school kind of thing. But I don't know. I'm more of the camp that I just want to maybe sometimes talk on the phone with people, but not really into texting that much. Just not my forte as much anymore. I think it was just fun when texting was more of a novelty and it was something new that people had never really done before, in my opinion, you know? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I am so sorry you got hurt. I hope people feel better. Just be careful, okay? I'm starting this new trend on my channel that I do strong cookie enforcement of the comment policy. Like, do people do that on YouTube? What a better place it would be. You know, if we got a little bit more hardcore. They don't like it when you get hardcore, though. See the pushy back you get? Like, you will get pushback, by the way, when people realize that you don't enjoy that kind of behavior and that you believe everybody deserves to be treated with kindness and respect. You'll get some pretty bad pushback from people. I don't know. It's always kind of... I'm realizing now there's something really weird about it. Like, it just doesn't even make any sense, really. that's cool. Okay. But anyway, enough of that. Because I did find out last week, you're not supposed to mention it. You're not supposed to mention, oh, somebody's naughty. We're just supposed to delete them. So, okay. I'll take your advice, friends. Like, but anyway, enough of that. Everybody just be careful out there. We could actually be a kinder world, you know? I know that's not popular with some people. Some people are like, oh, but we need to be salty with each other, and we need to joke with each other in kind of cruel sort of ways, but that's funny. As a person, I've never liked that. Like when you kind of give somebody a hard time, especially if you don't really know someone. I feel like, I don't know if this is just American humor, but I feel like Americans think that they are really funny when they give people a hard time. I don't like it, personally. Because you don't know, like, some people might not like that. And just to make the assumption that I don't know, I've just noticed that, like, where people, they have kind of they like to roast each other. I don't consider that humor. I just consider that like a lack of boundaries or something. Like roasting someone, I don't think it's witty. Like some people truly believe that roasting each other is like the epitome of wit, because then they can have like these sharp comebacks at each other. And I'm like, I've never liked it. I've never been a fan. That's just not, like, I like to find humor just in funny things that happen or that people say that just is off the cuff. Not like, oh, I'm gonna roast you because you roast me and we roast each other. And I'm like, those kind of quips, it makes me want to, like, I'm going to do live streams for people that are not into that. Like, people that want to go outside and look at the trees. When people start doing that to each other, that's my exact reaction. I'm sure it's other cultures, too. I guess the only reason I can think of, I feel like maybe, I'm not saying it's just people in the U.S. It's just I'm more used to, like, U.S.-based sense of humor culture, like in California. Not everybody does this, but I have seen it and just experienced it throughout my life. So I'm sure many other cultures do it. I'm just speaking of like my experience. Like I'm sure it happens in every culture, but I do feel like there is like, well, for instance, like East Asian cultures, I feel like there's more respect. Like it's just, I feel like they just wouldn't joke with each other that way. Like in Japan, I feel like some of the kind of humor that kind of just really gets pushed in the U.S. is not as plentiful or readily available. Like, you know, I don't know. That's just my observation, like as an American. Like I've just found that, but you're right. People do get pushed back in every culture, I'm sure, or any scenario where you start saying, hey, that's not cool. And I've been noticing like that's the new thing, like, hey, but we're not supposed to talk about it because, anyway, enough said. I like this 2 braids in a low pony style though. It's kind of fun. I don't know, you can pin it up. One thing I've noticed, like when I do pin my hair up, it makes it easier because I can kind of twist it around and put it in 2 different directions and get a claw clip over my hair much more easily than if it's just one big braid. And it just creates like interesting updos with claw clips. I kind of like it. It's just fun. And when you wear it down too, it's kind of fun. Nope, not necessarily. That's really not true. You know why? Kindness. You could be truthful and kind, but you could also be a malicious person. Like, maybe it's just being malicious and not everything people say is true. Like, if you're coming on here to be malicious and you don't have a good sense of humor and you're into just taking people down for no reason, your point has been completely invalidated. I feel like, completely invalidated. like Barry, are you playing into narcissism? Are you playing into bully culture a little bit? Probably. I know, right? Like, I hate to say that, but you might be. And not and just because something is like presented as the truth, that doesn't make it really truthful. And I kind of think some people like put down culture, they like roasting each other because they think that's truth, but maybe it's a fallacy. And maybe what you thought was truth isn't truthful, because if it's hurtful and it has nothing to do with pride, it has to do with being hurtful, it has to do with crossing boundaries, it has to do with not building others up. It's kind of just not good all around. So I don't even know what kind of point Barry's trying to make. We don't care like about people who act that way. I'm doing good. How you doing? Like, we're gonna be over it, but we're just gonna have a very strong comment policy on this channel for people that actually want good truth. Like, I've seen some people that support some kind of horrendous things who say, oh, truth hurts, acting like, and they're propagandist type people. So just be very careful. Like, anytime somebody's like, oh, that's the truth and it hurts if I say it, I would really, really be like, they're probably not truthful. They're probably not kind-hearted. They probably have never been told that there's certain things that cross boundaries and are not promoting a healthy environment for everybody. You know? What's my favorite film? I don't really watch movies a lot anymore. I used to love Meet Me on the Bounty, but I'm taking a pretty robust movie hiatus. Although I did rewatch 16 Candles the other day just because it was free on YouTube, and I don't think parts of it aged well. I just kind of watch some YouTubers and some cooking videos, or people that do vegan food prep, or like some long hair people on YouTube. I'm just not a big movie person. Like, I can't really think of... I watched Allied a while back and I compared it to Casablanca. But yeah, I'm just not a big movie person, really. You know? No, I don't have kids. But anyway, yeah, this is the hairstyle and how it turned out. And thanks for watching.